Good day, those who follow and listen. This is a hard one for me because I'm a nut lover. I am a carb addicted nut lover. I am a nut lover, but that's the last I would see of nuts today. Now, I would have written articles on the website largely because of the consequences of the toxicity that comes along with mold and fungus, and of course, nuts are a great contributor to mold in the way we package nuts. Not to say that all nuts have mold, but that's a big risk factor. Now, that's not the main issue for me and nuts when you have fungus, mold, and cancer related issues. You have to look at nuts in its totality from its amino acids profile, because nuts is sold as a great source of amino acids, or it is sold as a great protein source. Now, only fools like me believe in those things, but now you have to open your eye and reclaim your power by getting the awareness and the knowledge. First of all, if you do not understand the word protein, do not make comments about the word protein. The word dietary protein is a representation of that which you put in your mouth, whether it's nuts, legumes, lentils, quinoa, of course, eggs, beef, fish, whatever other so-called meat, protein powders. These are dietary protein, meaning they go down to the stomach and they have to sit in an acidic environment to be digested, meaning they have to change from their structures to be returned into smaller peptides like dipeptides and tripeptides, and sooner or later they become amino acids. What you are looking to get is the essential amino acids, or the amino acids, whether it's the 22, the 9 essential. You are seeking to get amino acids. Now, the thing that you learn about amino acids is that it has to come in the adequate amount of the ratio has to be some God-given semblance. That's why when you look at eggs, whey powder, breast milk, fish, beef, and those things, the ratios are somewhat there. Each one, of course, having its digestible scores being different. When you look at things like nuts, lentils, legumes, and those things that are incomplete amino acid profile sources, and that is what we should have learned. They are not proper amino acid profile sources, so they would give you this nonsense and tell you, oh well, you mix your nuts and you get A, B, C, D, and E. Let us look at the risk in all this nonsense. The biggest risk is nitrogen balance and the inefficiency in supporting the utilization, or the utilization to make what we call protein. What you make in your ribosomes at night is protein by taking amino acids, the inputs, and getting a protein made, because the protein is made based on instructions from the nucleus to the ribosomes, and that is how the protein is made. You make your protein by supplying amino acids. Your goal in life is to supply amino acids. So eat your nuts and believe, and then you think it would work. So this whole thing about believing is not a reality thing. You could believe when you put yourself in the right condition, and of course your belief has to come consequentially with the reality that you face. So you could believe you could fly, go ahead and fly. But of course, if you put on some kind of jetpack, then you believe you could fly, you would do it. There's a big difference. You believe you could fly and you stand there and you believe, nothing happens, because you don't support yourself with the instrument or the inputs to do the activity. No different here with us sitting and believing when we eat things like nuts, lentils, and those things. Oh, we are getting our profile of our amino acids, or they make it sound like you are getting your protein. You are not getting your adequate inputs. You are getting limited amount on the amino acid profile, specifically for your essential amino acids, 8 or 9. When you are limited by only one amino acid, once it becomes a limiting factor, and we know for plant-based sources of amino acids, they are limited by lysine in a big way. Once one of those essential amino acid is shortchanged, that is you saying you have a truck load of sand and a truckload of gravel in your house and one bag of cement, and you are going to build a house. How much concrete could you get from your ransom if you put in that one bag of cement? You could only get one bag of cement plus the how much sand plus the how much gravels, and the rest stays as waste. So you have wasted sand and gravels. Unfortunately, your wasted sand and gravels called amino acids in your body do not sit around. They have to go through a process of deamination. They go through a process of deamination, and that is a metabolic statement that is done, or a metabolic system that is done by the liver to take out the nitrogen group, the amine group, remove it, and so it creates this ammonia, and then the ammonia is further converted into urea, and then that gets out to your kidneys. So we sit and say that protein is bad for the kidneys. Folks, get your eggs and your beef, and it's different because you are getting your complete source of amino acids with a proper adequate ratio of the 9 or 8 essential amino acids, so that you do not have wastage of your amino acids. You have the amino acids getting to make protein to the maximum capability, because you have supplied 20 bags of cement and you have a truckload of sand and a truckload of gravel. Now you could mix 20 bags of cement. Less of the sand and the cement gets wasted, comparing yourself to one bag of cement and a truckload of sand and a truckload of gravel. I hope you understand this very valuable point. If you do not understand this, you need to spend some time understanding the whole cycle and the whole idea of the word protein and the word amino acid. We as human beings should be learning about amino acids. There are about 22 essential. You should be learning about the ratios and the digestibility of plant versus animal based amino acids. That is what we are getting, amino acids. Of course, the conversation continues. Thank you for viewing.